pork meatballs in a tomato and onion braise with rice pilaf. Alright, here's our mise en place, guys. Check it out. Pause the video so you can organize all your ingredients, and then we can get started. Wash, peel, wash your vegetables. Alright, first up we're going to start our meatballs. So in a larger bowl we're going to put the pork mince in. We're going to brunoise up our onions nice and fine. Let's pop them in with our mince. And then we're going to add our breadcrumbs, our cumin powder and coriander powder, some salt, some pepper, then we're going to chop up our fresh coriander, nice and fine. Pop that into our meatballs as well. Okay, get in there and give it a good massage. Make sure it's thoroughly mixed. Okay, when it's all nice and evenly mixed, then you can look at shaping them into balls. There you go. So we're going to roll this into 40-gram balls, and we are going to roll them in seasoned flour. I'm going to get our garlic ready and our onions ready for our tomato braise as well. Slicing up our onions. This is for our tomato braise here. So I've got my garlic, my 50 grams of onions, my whole peeled tomatoes, and there's my cumin, coriander in there, paprika. And then we're going to weigh up our meatballs, 40 grams, give them a good roll, then roll them in our seasoned flour onto a tray. Okay, repeat the process until you go through all the mix. You should be close to 8 or 9 meatballs. Alright, so we're going to sear off our meatballs now, give them a little bit of colour. So we're going to heat up a fry pan. Once it's nice and hot, we're going to pop them into shallow fry just to get a nice little bit of caramelization and get some nice colour on the pork meatballs. This is going to help develop the flavour, the colour, and that nice rich braised flavour that you get. Okay, you want that nice sizzle. So we are getting some good colour on them. Turn them around. Once we're happy with the colour and caramelization of our pork meatballs, we are going to pop them in our little braising dish. And then in the same pan, we're going to pop our onions, our garlic, so then we can look at deglazing the pan and getting some nice flavours from that pan as well. I'm going to put our white wine and our whole peeled tomatoes. Always like to put the wine in first and just cook it out a little bit. It takes away that raw wine flavour. Alright, now we've got our sauce nice and hot. We're going to pop that on top of our meatballs. We're going to bring it up to the heat, and then we're going to pop a lid on it. Once it's nice and hot and starting to simmer, we're going to pop it in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. This is going to help thoroughly cook our meatballs and help our sauce development. So right here, we are starting our rice pilaf. Okay, this takes about 20 minutes to cook too, but pretty quick in the pan. So I'm gonna sweat off my onions, give them a little bit of heat, and then I'm gonna add my rice. I'm gonna saute off my rice a little bit, hit that crack stage, and then I've got my bay leaf, my seasonings, and now I'm gonna add my chicken stock. I'm gonna bring it up to the simmer, pop on a cartouche, or a bit of grease-proof paper if you're cooking it at home, and then bring that up to the simmer, and then once again put it in the oven. So you got two things in the oven now, about 20 minutes to go. Once that's all done, let's pull them out, let's have a look, see what we got. Okay, so we've noticed that our tomato sauce is still a little bit thin, so we're just going to take the lid off, put it on a low heat, and then just simmer till we get that nice consistency. That sauce develops, gets nice and rich, starts coating the meatballs. Alright, so I'm just going to get my garnish ready just as I pull up my meatballs and rice pilaf. Okay, so nice fluffy rice pilaf on the bottom. Put 4 or 5 meatballs on the plate. Make sure you get some sauce with it as well. Should be all like coating and rich. Go. A little bit of chopped coriander, bit of greenery for scenery. There you have it, guys. Easy as pork meatballs, onion tomato braise rice pilaf.